But some men can't stomach the fact they thought they had something solid until a slicker dude with more money comes around and your girl is choosing. And a hurt ego can make most men crash out real fast. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we'll be discussing a case of a man who drove out of town just to crash out after realizing his wife was smashing the plug.
This how we gonna do it right here. Look at Reactions with Suan Suan. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Suan Suan. We about to get into another reaction video. Today we're gonna be reacting to a man lost it after finding out his wife was smashing the plug. So y'all know how that go, you know. So with that being said, we're gonna jump into this video, and this content right here I'm coming with, shout out to Tony 2 Times TV. So let's go and get into the video.
What's going on, YouTube, fam? This your boy Tony 2 Times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For the day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Let's get right into the story. One thing I know we can all agree on is that money talks. That little green piece of paper can turn the most humblest person to being flashy, flexing, and showing off. When it comes to material things, we all know that cash will get you everything you want. As long as you got it, you can spend it willingly. But with us men, we figured out a long time ago that dollar bill also attracts women. You have dudes that will pull out their whole paycheck in the store if it's decent looking females around, just to show they got it. Just like a form of bait. We see it all the time, from a woman choosing a man because of the type of car he drives, where he lives, his profession, or just because he has a bag, which is understandable. Some women feel like they should be taken care of. Old heads used to say, the struggle attracts the woman you need, the one you know who is solid because she stayed down when you had nothing. But money attracts the woman you want. The crazy part is, if you know how to carry yourself a certain kind of way, got a few dollars, charisma, it might even attract another man's woman. Most of us know the game. If you can get her, then you can have her, my boy, especially if she is chasing an image.
Hey, what he's saying is real, man. Like, it's all about charisma. It's about how you carry yourself. Don't get caught up thinking these women love you because you got money. Nah. What my boy's speaking is straight game at the end of the day. Y'all listen to what he's saying. Because just because you can get any woman when you got money, don't mean she wants you. She wants your money. So, you know, I'm not saying all women, just a lot of them right now in the situation the world in right now. But at the end of the day, man, make sure y'all choose the right one. Don't just be down trying to give your hard-earned money you work hard for or did whatever for to some woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about you at all. So, you know, it's okay to look out here and there, but don't get misused, man. Jump back into this video, man.
But some men can't stomach the fact they thought they had something solid until a slicker dude with more money comes around and your girl is choosing. And a hurt ego can make most men crash out real fast. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we'll be discussing a case of a man who drove out of town just to crash out after realizing his wife was smashing the plug. All the way back in 2011, a 41-year-old man named Nathan Bowles was navigating the streets of Baltimore and living his life. Nathan was doing all right for himself and had a nice apartment out Middle River in Baltimore County. He was making a few dollars, but see, Nathan's way of making money wasn't legit. He would go to New York with a few stacks, find out who had the cheap prices on the gas, and bring pounds back to Baltimore to flip. Well, he gave some of the packs to his runners or sold weight. The operation was going smooth. On one of his trips up top, he ran across a woman who we'll call Maya for the sake of this story. Maya seemed to be into Nathan. She liked his accent, the way he was moving, and the two would start linking up from time to time, having some adult fun. The whole time, Maya was married to a 42-year-old Brooklyn man named Quincy Jackson. Quincy wasn't a slouch.
You know, these women, when they got their eyes set on what they want, they gonna get it, whether they got a man or not. And that goes the same way for a guy. You know what I'm saying? Whether he got a woman or not. So, man, y'all just make sure y'all choose the right one at the end of the day, man, because it's a dirty game out here in these streets, man. For real, man.
He tried to provide the best way he could, but it seemed his wife was seeking something different. Quincy soon became convinced Maya was dealing with another man. He decided to do his homework, watching his wife's patterns, what she was wearing leaving the house, checking her phone and text messages, until finally he realized she was having an affair with a man from Baltimore who often came in town. Quincy confronted his wife before calling Nathan, telling him, "Yo, bro, I'm gonna kill you if you don't stop sleeping with my wife." In typical Baltimore fashion, Nathan told the man, like, "Yo, you geeking. You gotta talk to Shorty about that." Quincy would start writing in a journal about his marriage. In one of his entries, Quincy wrote, "My wife is smashing another man. No more venting on paper. The world will feel my pain. I'm gonna take a life." On January 7th, 2011, Quincy rented a car and drove from Brooklyn to Maryland after finding out where Nathan lived. He parked outside the apartment complex in Middle River and waited. Knowing how Nathan looked, Quincy sat lurking. Not long after, Nathan walked out the building to put something in the car before walking back up to the building. That's when 14 shots went off, striking a man multiple times.
Man.
As neighbors heard the shots, they called Baltimore County Police, who responded to the location to find Nathan laying in the hallway of his building, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was rushed to a local hospital, but unfortunately, he wouldn't survive his injuries. Back on the scene, police found shell casings and a gun. They felt like that was the murder weapon, but they had no information on the shooting until a man approached them and requested an interview, stating he knew about the situation. The man, who we'll call Joe, sat down with detectives and stated he worked for Nathan as a runner. He claimed Nathan would drive to New York to get product, then he would give him a few pounds to get off. He told them he felt the New York dude shot his homie, but he didn't know why. He only knew.
So my man with the pack, I believe, Nathan, he was going up to New York to go get packs and bring them back. So this lady's husband came all the way down to Baltimore. I don't know how far it is from New York or whatever, but it's long enough. And knew how the man looked, found out where he stayed, and lurked outside his apartment complex until he saw the man and gunned him down 14 times. That's like, I believe they call that like heat of the passion, but man, men do not crash out over women. There's a million women out here. If she's doing you wrong, let her go. Same thing when it goes for women. Don't be crashing out over these dudes. I mean, I understand love is a powerful thing at the end of the day, but love for your companion ain't worth taking anybody's life unless they harmed her. That's just it.
A man from Brooklyn had threatened to take Nathan's life. After the interview, the next day, detectives received a tip from an anonymous caller who claimed to have information on the shooting. They claimed Nathan was a drug dealer, but also that he was sleeping.
let me clear that up. When I say harmed and taking their life, I mean nothing justifies taking anybody's life. But you know the R word. If that takes place, I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day, man. But no life is worth being taken over anything unless your life is in jeopardy, I believe. So let's go, man.
Sleeping with a man named Quincy's wife. He also told police that Quincy lived in Brooklyn, New York. Police felt like the whole situation could be drug related and they kind of brushed it off. As Joe also told them, Nathan was planning a big run in New York in a few days because he had rented a car for him. Police got a warrant for Nathan's house to look for evidence. Inside was a scale, a few ounces of grass, a gun, but nothing major.
Hold up. It just dawned on me. I mean, I understand old boy looking out for his boy and going to the police. I mean, they ain't condoned or whatever. It is what it is. But my thing is, this man went and told the police that he was a runner for Nathan. Where they do that at? That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
They claimed Nathan was a drug dealer, but also that he was sleeping with a man named Quincy's wife. He also told police that Quincy lived in Brooklyn, New York. Police felt like the whole situation could be drug related and they kind of brushed it off.
You
As
think?
Joe also told them, Nathan was planning a big run in New York in a few days because he had rented a car for him. Police got a warrant for Nathan's house to look for evidence. Inside was a scale, a few ounces of grass, a gun, but nothing major. But a search of the rental car parked outside that police had got word Nathan was loading up before he was shot had a duffel bag in it with $90,000 in cash. The money was all stacked up in $1,000 stacks, ready for his trip. This led police to feel it wasn't a robbery or drug related at all, and maybe that the tipster was right about Nathan's affair with a married woman. The money was seized, considered to be drug money,
It
and
is.
Baltimore County Police headed to Brooklyn.
$90,000 left in the trunk. Man, watch the man put the $90,000 in the, a duffel bag in the trunk. Yeah, and he just went down there to
Goodbye.
and left the money, and then the police gonna seize the money. They tripping, man.
To locate Quincy. They had information on the address for the man. They sent NYPD to search the apartment. Inside, they found the journal where he wrote about his wife's affair, bullets that matched the same caliber on the scene, and a rental car receipt. Detectives tracked Quincy's phone location the day before Nathan was hit, and a few days later. It showed him rent the car, drive from New York, the whole route until he reached Baltimore County. Then not too long after Nathan was shot, take the trip right back with that same route. Quincy was taken into custody, charged with first-degree hit and use of a firearm and the commission of a felony.
Ooh.
As the case made its way to trial, prosecutors painted Quincy as a jealous man who was mad his wife was sleeping with a drug dealer from out of town. Quincy's lawyer tried to fight for the man, but with the Enterprise car receipts, a journal, the gun left on the scene, and phone records, Quincy was cooked, found guilty on all charges, sentenced to life, all suspended for 40 years in prison. Nathan's family tried to fight to get the money back that was seized from the car, but the feds capped it and stated it was money from drug trafficking. Rest in peace to Nathan. I send my prayers and condolences to his family. In my humble opinion, Quincy went out bad. He was so hurt, even if he did decide to take Nathan's life for sleeping with his wife, he didn't even attempt to do it the smart way to cover his tracks or nothing. He left the gun, kept his journal, rented a car, and told somebody what he was about to do. I know most men have fell in love with a woman they thought was that, but ended up being this. It's a cold game, and I know it hits harder if it's your wife. Through the pain, though, you gotta stay logical. If she will creep off with another man this quick, is she even worth your freedom? Fellas, keep it a buck. Have you ever lost a female you cared about or loved to another man, or been fooled thinking she was somebody she wasn't?
Not
Let me
really.
know in the comments. Yeah, man, crazy story. Rest in peace, that man. I definitely send my prayers to his family. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. Y'all leave it in the comments. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. This is another episode of the Baltimore Way. It's your boy Tony 2 times. Love, fam. I'm out.
Now that was crazy. Rest in peace to a boy who lost his life. But yeah, man, y'all boys don't be crashing out here for these women, and women don't be crashing out here for these men, man. This is crazy. And then the family trying to get the $90,000 back. You knew the feds wasn't giving that money back. Yeah, man. Crazy story, man. Y'all leave y'all comments and tell me what y'all think about it. It's your boy Suan Suan, and I'm out.